Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Dewi Maranggana Lintang Azahra. I'm from class 33.68.02 with ID student 33210186. I will make a video for a classroom management midterm exam project. This is my table of content. The first one is material. I choose a topic of causes of classroom conflicts. And the second is part two, which is problem solving, solving the problems by giving my arguments. Part one, causes of classroom conflict. Conflicts will always exist since they are a part of human nature and require for moral and emotional development. And they also exist at every school. The school is located in an area where conflict is common and significant due to the various interpersonal contexts that occur in the school environment. As a teacher, we lead by example is the key to encouraging our students to follow suit. So, an effective classroom interaction is crucial for the teaching and learning dynamic in the educational setting. However, interaction might sometimes lead to disagreement among the participants. This can result in conflicts within the group, initially impacting the productivity of the groups in a negative manner. So, we should create a peaceful classroom as a teacher. Cause of the conflicts. The first is lack of study habits and negative attitudes. Students who do not develop great study habits and exhibit negative behaviors in class might cause conflicts that take the teacher's attention away from the lesson. So when teachers are forced to address such situations, it not only breaks the flow of the class, but also takes up important time for teaching that could otherwise be spent by learning. Next is an assessment is not objective. A student believes that during assessing, teachers did not follow assessment principle. So in these sections, including incidents in which a student detected a teacher's bad attitude toward a group, such as teachers use a different assessment system for individual students. Students state that teachers graded students differently, including a low achieving freshman. Next is psychological abuse. This type of behavior included teacher acts such as insulting, offending, or humiliating a student, shouting at a student without providing suitable information about their work, and threats of punishment. So this teacher action profoundly humiliated the student, leaving them feeling ashamed and offended. The emotional impact persisted, causing students to feel sad and annoyed. So they might lose their motivation to learn and commence skipping school. Next is students who deliberately disturbs the classroom. Students who dominate class discussion, being continuously late to class, being unprepared, or creating a scene. So this behavior not only disturbs the pace of positive discourse, but also affects the general pace of focus of the class. This type of behavior not only harms the individual student's learning, but also lowers the quality of education for others in the class. It creates an environment in which real involvement and participation become difficult, limited the learning process for those who involved, and furthermore, such behavior can damage students' respect and relationship with teachers, making it difficult to maintain a positive learning atmosphere for everybody. Next is student who is impolite to others in the classroom. Student who compete with other students or disrespect the others' beliefs. A student is limiting their own intellectual growth and delaying the growth of lasting relationship by one another with creating a competitive environment and disrespect for different points of view. Next is adaptation to individual differences. This kind of conflict often arises when students showcase a wide range of behaviors, attitude, and interpersonal dynamics, creating a classroom setting in which relationships are strained and varied. So teacher can find it difficult to develop and maintain effective management strategies in such scenarios due to students physically different and sometimes conflicting needs and interaction. This might end up in interruption, misunderstanding, and conflict that degrade the overall environment for both students and teachers. Next is how to resolve the conflicts in classroom. The first is class adaptation. This kind of conflict requires a comprehensive strategy focusing on awareness, communication, and active strategies for class management. So, in such cases, teachers can begin by paying attention to our behavior, attitudes, and interpersonal relationships in the classroom, identify patterns, triggers, and deeper causes of conflict to gain insight to the basic issues. Actively listen to students' perspective in order to better understand their experience and viewpoints. Next is creating a good environment. Foster a pleasant classroom environment through improving communication, exercising proper power, and effectively managing conflict. So, effective conflict resolutions involve addressing concerns quickly with fairness and effectively to prevent violence and maintain helpful and harmonious learning environment for everyone involved. These strategies perform the classroom into a place where students feel respected, heard, and motivated to start on their educational journey with passion and confidence. Next is conflict management. Teachers should be educated with conflict resolution methods that do not worsen the problem. So, it could involve implementing strategies to prevent future conflicts through the better interaction, creating a culture of mutual respect and understanding, and establishing clear standards and guidelines for teamwork and collaborations. Next is emotional intelligence. Teachers should be aware of their own emotional intelligence and how it impacts their ability to manage conflicts. It includes employing skills like active listening, empathy building exercises, and open communication to effectively address and manage a wide range of emotional experiences. Using the throughout approach to emotional management, teacher can build trust, connection, and a sense of safety inside a classroom, improving student learning results and building overall socio-emotional development. The next is class discussion. The study by Carasso and Iribarra 2018 found that students gain more than just interaction during class discussions. So, class discussions has many advantages. A clear advantage is the enhancement of communication abilities. Through collaborative participation in discussion, students have the opportunity to refine their communication skills. The exchange of idea and engagement during these discussions aid learners in acquiring both knowledge and practical skills. Next is feedback. The teacher must support and encourage positive behavior, correcting the inappropriate ones. When faced with the situation of misconduct or inappropriate behavior, teacher must respond quickly and effectively using strategies such as redirection, clear explanation of expectations, and appropriate disciplinary actions. Next is conflict resolutions. Rapin 2019 also found that class interactions exposes learners to solve problems as a team. So the act of resolving problems serves as an excellent opportunity for learners to practice agreeing, disagreeing, and finding the middle ground with their team members. In classroom discussions, conflicts are inevitable but can be effectively addressed. So this is the next is Kenneth Thomas and Rob Kilman, 1974, developed five conflict resolution strategies that people use to handle conflict, including competing, accommodating, avoiding, compromising, and collaborating. So the first is competing. This involves a team member adopting a fully assertive and non-collaborative approach to address the conflict. So this might include protecting the speaker's rights, taking a stand, or even attempting to outwit opponents. Next is accommodating. This is when the team members takes a wholly unassertive and cooperative approach. So this could be shown by selfless acts of kindness or helping others, obeying the comments of the others even when one would prefer not to, or accepting the opinions of others. Next is avoiding. This is when the team member takes an unassertive and uncooperative approach to conflict and chooses not to deal with the conflict. So, avoiding might include moving around a problem in a respectful way and putting it off until later or just living in an unsafe circumstances. Next is compromising. To a certain level, both aggressive and cooperative are meant by this. True, not everything is gained by both sides. So, compromising might involve dividing the differences between the two sides. Some give and take or seeking a quick resolution in the middle field. Next is collaborating. It's on the opposite end of avoiding range. So the team members believes that even when two sides disagree, they can reach an agreement. Effective collaboration needs conflict resolution skills that prioritize mutual respect, active listening, and creative problem-solving approaches. Next is the part two, solving problems with arguments. The problem one, Mr. Eliezer repeatedly had problems when leading a class discussion with his junior high school students. No matter how involved in the topic the students were, they were usually several students sitting in the back who talk, shouted out silly answers, and play with objects they had bought from home. So my argument is, to reduce it, Mr. Eleazar can try new and unique ways to teach his students. A new way that can make all students get their own roles and have their own jobs and keep themselves busy with the activities they have. Another way Mr. Eleazar can apply his feedback of the class. When faced with the situations of misconduct or inappropriate behavior, Mr. Eleazar must respond quickly and effectively. This could involve having conversations with each student individually, identifying any deficiencies in learning or social concerns that need to be solved, and communicating with the kids to create strategies for changing their behavior. Next is problem number two. Zefano was one of the most provocative and disruptive students Miss Giandra had ever taught. Throughout class, he continuously talked to girls and teased students sitting near him. He made inappropriate and sarcastic remarks in response to almost anything Miss Giandra said. When confronted by her, Zefano grinned charmingly and responded with exaggerated courtesy to the delight of the other students. So my argument is Miss Jandra ought to begin communicating with Stefano individually to better understand the real reasons of his actions and assist him to build solutions for dealing with these challenges. If Stefano's behavior continues, Miss Jandra could be able to convey the consequences to him and the rest of the class. This includes specific consequences if he continues to enter class, such as detention or a meeting with the head of the school. Ms. Giandra can assist Stefano to understand the consequences of his choices by setting clear expectations and encouraging him to change his behavior. Next is problem three. Ms. Yeheskila was concerned about the frequent teasing that had begun in her class. It reaches the point that there was constant bickering among the students. They became so angry and began yelling, shouting, and shoving one another during class. So my argument is, as a teacher, Mrs. Yeheskila is a role model for her students. By maintaining a positive and respectful attitude, she can set an example for her students to follow. This includes using respectful language, maintaining a calm tone, and showing empathy and understanding towards her student. She must be patient and must not easily get angry or be provoked by her student do during class. She also needs to remind students about the school rules and class rules listed with a respectful dialogue. and she can simply listening to her students' concern and maintaining a quiet atmosphere. So this is the bibliography that I get my material from. And I think that's all from my material and my problem solving today. Thank you so much for the attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.